I want to also talk about failure because I think that's important to us moving into 2022 and going after these goals and attaining them, then identifying our triggers and working on them. They're in the process of becoming. I think that failure should be something that we should expect as well, and how to properly cope with that. For me, it's a level of acceptance. So. Yes. If a failure happens or something doesn't turn out the way that I had planned it to, I accept it and I respond towards it saying, okay, I'm going to figure out another route. My dad always says there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I think about that all the time.
That's right. It's like, oh, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this.
Yeah.
And that's how people become expert. That's how we become, have expertise with certain things. The more you do it, the more you realize, oh, shouldn't have done it that way. Let me do it this way. And that's how you know. And that's how you can tell other people, no, start like this, then this, and then step 3 and step 4. You know these things because you tried and failed, right? And if you never try, then the opportunity for success is not going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you guys, we've all been through a lot from 2021. And I kind of want to just do a quick recap of some of the things and life events that have happened that we can all just really relate to. But we continue to confront COVID-19. We have a new president, the Biden-Harris inauguration. There was some political fallout. In addition to that, the folks in Miami, they had that collision, that collapse of that building that those folks were staying at. In addition to that, we had, I want to say Juneteenth became a holiday. That was actually fun and exciting.
It was.
And just so many things happened during that course of time. And now we're transitioning to a new year. How do you take all of that? The things that have happened, COVID-19, different trials, social injustice, and bring that to a new year, but have a fresh mindset.
Yeah.
That's tough. Big. That is very tough. Yeah. A loaded question.
It is so much. And, the thing about it is, all these things, they happen to all of us living in this day. And it's like I have begun to process about all of the things that are going on. And one thing I always tell people is you cannot try to eat the whole entire meal when it's not cooked.
Yeah.
You're trying to take bites of this fictitious meal that's there, but it's not. You got to take the opportunity to pay attention to laying out the ingredients and then putting the ingredients together and stirring them and doing all the different things that a recipe calls for to get to that final place, right? But so many times people are not paying attention or enjoying the process. They're jumping into, I gotta just eat this, I gotta take care of this all right now, I gotta do all this. And the thing about it is, I'm just like, there's so much that's happened during this time frame. Like, we're literally living in the time of this pandemic. I was like, think about all the people who lived within the past 100 years. They didn't have to deal with anything like this. This is something truly historical for us to have to experience. But it's up to us to decide, how are we going to experience all of this. Are we going to keep moving forward, complaining and worrying and hiding and being fearful? Are we going to learn from some of the mistakes of the past thus far and do what we can to do our part? There's so many people who want to do so much for the community, and I tell them that's so great that you have this goal to do for the community and then therefore the country and the world and all of that. We all do, but how can you try to address doing those things without doing what's needed for yourself first? You have to become settled within yourself, clean your own household out, clean your brain out, start within self first, get these things in line and in order so that you can start to receive some of the messages that you need to be who you want to be in order to help then the community outside of yourself. And then take things day by day, because so many people are so overwhelmed, the country is corrupt, the government's corrupt, and this, that, and the other. And what do they always say when you're trying to have these decisions to be made about the country worldwide? Well, it starts locally, right? And so you have to think that way for self as well. think locally being you.
Inward.
Work on you first so that you can be this exceptional power individually, then feeling comfortable and clear-minded to go out and to do what you want to do for the country and the world and everything else, or the community.